Although the cremation process has been performed for centuries, it got its real start in Washington, Pennsylvania in 1867. While earth burial was the most common form of disposition for many years, cremation has become more and more popular for a variety of reasons, and today, nearly 40% of all deaths result in cremation as a choice of final disposition. As the cremation trend has grown, many funeral practitioners have failed to realize that while a person's choice for final disposition may be cremation, that doesn't mean that the aspects of a more traditional funeral aren't important to them. As a result, funeral directors have done a poor job in educating people on their options when choosing cremation. To some, a simple disposition for cremation is all they prefer. This is often referred to as direct or immediate cremation. Basically, this is an option for those who do not wish to have any type of funeral, memorial, viewing, or visitation tribute after they have died. In this scenario, the funeral home is notified that the death has occurred. We then remove the body from the place of the death, file the necessary documents, and then move forward with the cremation process. Afterwards, the ashes, or cremains, are returned to the family, and the role of the funeral home has ended. That's it. This is the least costly way to dispose of a deceased individual. However, prices will vary among different funeral homes, so you should inquire about the cost prior to making your decision on who will carry out this process for you. It is wise when inquiring about the cost for this type of service to not make a decision solely based on who can provide this service the cheapest. Professionalism and sincerity count for a lot. If you can detect these two characteristics in the person you are talking to, that is most likely who you want to place your trust in. Many families are choosing cremation as a means of final disposition, yet they want to have a full traditional type of funeral service in which the family gathers at their church or funeral home for a time of visitation the evening prior to the funeral service. And then they have the funeral tribute the next day. The only difference in this type of service is at the end, when the family and friends customarily go to the cemetery for the committal service, they instead will simply conclude at the church, and then often a reception follows. The funeral home then removes the person from the place of the service, and then they go directly to the crematory for the cremation process. Other families like the idea of allowing friends and relatives to come around and show their support, say goodbye to the one that has died, and pay tribute to the life that was lived. But they prefer to do so in a more relaxed setting. We refer to this as an evening of remembrance. We take memorabilia, it's collected from the family, and it's displayed at the event, along with photographs and anything that will reflect the life and interest of the person that has died. Typically, the body of the deceased is not present for this type of tribute, but some families prefer to have the urn containing the cremains present. So, if you think cremation may be something you prefer for yourself, keep two things in mind. First, avoid the temptation to select the cheapest provider of services. There is often a reason why they're the lowest cost provider. And second, remember that cremation does not prohibit you from having a funeral, memorial, or any other type of event that may have meaning to those who are left behind, who will need an opportunity to say goodbye in a meaningful and appropriate way. Should you have any questions about cremation, please feel free to give us a call or stop by. We'd love to see you.